Excel sheet for bookkeeping dashboard that you can get with Etsy. So if you are an Etsy seller and you want to see how you're doing in terms of your sales, your top 10 countries, your income, your expenses, the percent of expenses, your average order value, your total monthly order, and your expense details, you can see all this information based on the reports that you get from Etsy website. And it's very easy. You don't have to do any copy and paste. You just need to extract your files from your Etsy website and add it into a folder, and you can define your folder in your own computer. And here I've mentioned the output that you can get from Etsy website, like just in case if you want to download your sales data, go to Etsy payment sales and select for each year. You can get the extract for 1 year, download the CSV file, and you save or store that CSV file in one of the locations in your computer, and just make sure you name it as it is given over here. So you can choose that folder structure. Similarly, you can get the payment deposits extract for the whole year. So maybe for 2020, 2021, 2022. So for each year, or if you want, you can download for each month also, it doesn't matter. But if you already have data for 1 year, just download them and put it into that certain folder. At the same time, you can also do the all the extract for your statements. So in Etsy website, if you're a seller, you know that you can download your CSV file for all the different transactions that goes through. So for each, but the only thing is you have to do for each month. So that monthly statements, once you download, you can store it under this folder. And similarly, you have the orders information. So all the order files you can download for yearly basis or for monthly basis. So once you have got all those files, just create this folder structure in any of the folders within your computer. Just make sure that you have put all the 4 different folders and start adding the files that you have extracted from here into those folders. So once you are done with that, come back to this sheet and update these links so that the program which is written into this worksheet is going to fetch the payment data from that folder where you have stored all the files. Similarly for deposits, fee, and orders sold. So once you have added all these files, you can go to the dashboard and just click on data and refresh all. So once you click on refresh all, it will try to fetch all the data from the files that you have stored, and it will run the query in the backend. You can see that it's making the progress, and it will build the relationship between different data elements, and it will automatically generate this kind of dashboard for you. So once this is done, you can look into all the data based on the based on the year. So right now I have just for 2021, and I'll show you once I add the extra files for 2022, I will show you how it looks. So right now, if I select this year, 2022, nothing will show up because I don't have data. But if I select 2021, everything will show up because I have the data for 2021. So hold on, let me show you the data for 2022 once I upload the files in the folder. Now you can see that I have added all the files from the previous folders where I had the extract for 2022. Now let me just go ahead and do refresh all. So once I refresh, it will fetch the data which was added later on from the files that I took an extract. So I have uploaded everything into the folder which is mentioned under the parameters section. So you see the query is running. It should not take more than 30-40 seconds to run the query. And now you can see something has changed. And if I click on 2022, guess what? It will give me the data for 2022. Now you can see that we have total sales for 2022, the amount that was deposited in the bank, and the net sales during that time frame. You can see my expenses and my total income. Also, you can see the top 20 countries, the sales by top 20 countries. And you can also see the average order value for 2022. And you can see I think this report needs to be changed, but you can see the total monthly order volume, and I think these 2 reports needs to change. But if you select both the time frame 2021 and 2022, it will give you the data for both the years. Now you can see the total deposit done in 2021 and then in 2022. Similarly, you can see for net sales and the different income and expenses, a different number of orders placed during that year, and the top 20 countries, top 10 countries, the average order value during different years. So you have got a visibility of quite a good number of trackers and KPIs. And if you want, you can also create your own reports, or you can go back and check the data which has been pulled from those Excel sheets, and you can see you can develop your own pivot table if you know how to do it. It's very easy. So this way you can continue to build the data on top of your existing data. So each year or each month, you can just extract your data, put that file, and just go to your Excel sheet and just click on refresh, and that's it. That's the only thing you need to do. So ultimately, it should not take you more than half an hour at most to do this job completely, build your bookkeeping template, and be ready for your tax season. And if you want to give some data to your accountant, just go to your fee pivot, and you see that here everything is put together in terms of years. So if you want, you can break it down into months, right? And if you do that, you can see the data is in month. And as soon as you do this, you can see this corresponding change in the dashboard also. So the dashboard will change to months. I know it will be very restricted amount of space we have. So you just go back and do the change again into this, so that it will revert back to the yearly basis rather than showing on a monthly basis, which is much more clearer to see. But if you want, you can always go back here, see the data on the monthly basis. And if you want, you can give this extract, copy and paste this data, and give it to your accountant or whosoever is you work with to do your taxes. So that way, it is very, very simple, very easy and convenient. So you don't have to deal with too many tabs, or you don't have to copy the data, paste it somewhere, and worry about any kind of formatting or anything like that. And if you also have something like you want to add extra expenses or extra income, you can always use this template which will be provided along with that. You can add the date, give the type, and if you want to keep the type same as what you have with Etsy so that it remains consistent, you can add the details here and just put the number in the net column. If you want to add expense, put it in negative number. If you want to add income, put it in a positive number, and save it and place it under the same folder where you have placed your this data, the expense data or the statement data. So under the same column or on the same folder, once you add that particular file, and once you refresh it, it will take everything and join it together and show it as an expense or additional income in your income and expense reporting. So that way, it will make your job pretty easy and very, very. I know it's not a fun thing to do, but it's a necessary thing to do. So once you have added data from your previous year, suppose you have been selling on Etsy from 2015 or 2016, you can add those files, and then you can use this to filter the data for those many number of years, and you will give a bunch of insights into your sales activities, and based on that you can make a lot of decisions based on the data that you have got, and you have the ability to see that data in a certain way. So let me know if there is any question, put your comments.